Ohio State won 62-3, and this is not the Nebraska video. Clemson lost. Bill Landis, Doug Maurice, Ari Wasserman here in Maryland Stadium, Capital One Field. What does Clemson's loss mean for Ohio State specifically in your mind?
So it means they'll probably move up in the rankings this week. I think Ohio State will jump Clemson. But I think the point is that it's a worse loss. It's a worse loss if they're going by quality of loss, right? A loss to Pitt is worse than a loss to Penn State. I still think a one-loss ACC champ is in. So in terms of the overall picture, I don't know that it affects that much at the end of the year. Because, again, for Ohio State specifically, winning they're in, losing they're out. Clemson doesn't change that.
Bill, what's your objection?
I think I might back off of it now. But
Doug has a way of doing that to us, doesn't he?
Well, it's just that Clemson has one loss. And clearly they were impressed with Clemson, especially after Clemson they just beat Florida State, right, a few weeks ago. I think it's possible, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I do think it's possible that Clemson's still ahead of Ohio State. And this isn't supposed to matter, but we're talking about humans. It's a team that was in the national championship last year, has a ton of talent back. It just lost its first game. It will drop maybe, and probably will drop behind Ohio State, but I do think it's possible that they stay ahead of Ohio State because the win-loss records are the same. The committee was clearly very impressed with Clemson, having them ranked in the top three, and I think Clemson's built a little bit of credit with the committee the last couple of weeks. Even though they started off poorly, they played better and sort of put that in the past. It's possible that Ohio State's not ahead of them.
I have a point to make at the end.
I just think that the point that we're trying to make right now is that Ohio State really isn't directly impacted by Clemson when it comes to whether they're in or they're out at the end of the year. That's pretty much all I was going to add. What is your last point?
People this year have been comparing this Clemson team to last year's Ohio State team, a really talented team that was in the national title game the year before that hasn't been playing up to expectations. Ohio State last year lost the game it could not lose. Clemson just lost a game it can lose. It already won the game it couldn't lose by beating Louisville.
From Capital One Field, Bill, Doug, Ari, what's in your wallet?